It started as a petty feud with the HOA. My wife Sarah had built a small office on the edge of our ranch property to manage her equine therapy business. The office was neat, painted in warm earth tones, and surrounded by wildflowers, but the HOA claimed it violated community design standards. When Sarah refused to tear it down, things escalated. Letters turned to threats, and soon whispers spread that the board had hired help to make her comply. One Saturday afternoon, the sound of roaring engines shattered the quiet. A group of bikers rode up the dirt road, leather jackets gleaming, tattoos inked across their arms. The sight was meant to intimidate, and from the smug grin of the HOA president watching from a distance, it was clear he thought this would be the end of Sarah's defiance, but he had no idea who my wife really was. The bikers swaggered toward the office, cracking knuckles and tossing smirks. "Nice little setup," one growled. "Shame if something happened to it." Sarah stepped out, not the least bit shaken. Calmly, she pulled her riding gloves tighter and looked each of them in the eye. "If you came here to scare me," she said evenly, "you're already wasting your time." The leader laughed, but the chuckle died when Sarah stepped closer. In her past, before ranch life, she had trained in martial arts and taught self-defense. Courses she wasn't just capable, she was commanding. With one swift motion, she disarmed the biker closest to her who had tried to grab her arm, flipping him onto the dirt before he knew what happened. The rest froze. Sarah didn't break a sweat. Now she continued, her voice sharp as a whip. "You can leave peacefully, or you can find out what happens when you don't." What followed was almost comical. The same men who had arrived revving engines and threatening destruction were suddenly stammering apologies. One even raised his hands, pleading, "Ma'am, we didn't mean nothing by it, we'll go." Within minutes, they were back on their bikes, speeding away as fast as they had come. The HOA president, who had been watching smugly from across the road, looked like he'd swallowed a lemon. That evening, Sarah sat back in her office, paperwork spread across her desk, the wildflowers swaying outside.
Ow!
The office stood untouched. The bikers hadn't destroyed anything except the HOA's illusion of power.